Welcome to Local Outbreak here on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com, sitting here at The Planet with, as always, Tim Martin from CentralNHEvents.com. If you need a DJ for your event, be sure to check out that website, see what Tim does, and get in touch with him. And we have a guest this week. Well, we always have a guest, but our guest this week is DJ Chant and the Down Dogs. But it's actually just DJ Chant, right? Is that the is that you?
Actually, I'm only half of DJ Chant.
Okay.
The other half of DJ Chant lives in Florida.
Oh, okay.
And the Down Dogs couldn't make it tonight, so.
Gotcha. Should we use your real name?
Yeah, David Breen.
Okay. I didn't know if it was kind of a
It's not
thing
a big
where
secret.
you okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you had an identity to that you're promoting or
I
something.
put the sunglasses on when I'm DJ Chant.
Well, we had a couple guys here recently who wore face paint to the interview because they were trying to be all in character. So
Did they know you weren't videoing it?
They actually attempted to video it themselves, but we don't think it quite worked out.
Not for radio.
No, they brought a camera and we don't think it was working. But oh well, we'll come back and talk in a minute because this is a very interesting project. But let's get right to a track. We'll start out with, what do you want to play from the disc?
Let's see. Why don't we play Gangama?
Gangama?
Gangama.
Am I saying it right?
Yeah, you're saying it right.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
Gangama.
Gangama from DJ Chant and the Down Dogs here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com. Sitting here with David Breen. half of DJ Chant from DJ Chant and the Down Dogs. So we just heard a track. How do you say that again?
Gangama.
Gangama. And we're going to hear some more stuff in a bit, but how do you describe what you do? This is pretty unique compared to most of what we've had on this show.
Yeah, the way I describe it is alt kirtan. And kirtan is traditionally a call and response kind of devotional music from India.
Okay.
It's been around for 500 or 600 years. And it's known in like the yoga world. Like if you would go to a yoga studio on a Friday or Saturday night, that's kind of what's going on there. There'll be some musicians there playing.
Okay.
And they'll be doing these call and response chants in Sanskrit. So most of the chants that I do, most of the tunes that I do, I sing in Sanskrit, which is an ancient language from India.
Okay. When you say call and response, do you mean someone performing sings something and then the other performers repeat it?
Yeah.
Or does...
Yeah, like I'd sing like row, row, row your boat in Sanskrit, and then you'd sing it back to me, and then
Okay.
I'd sing it again, and you'd sing it back, and this would go on for 20 minutes or so.
Really?
That's
Okay.
traditional kirtan.
Okay.
But when I started to do it about 7 or 8 years ago, I did it that traditional way for a number of years, and then I have a musical background. I was a punk bass player for a long, long time.
Oh, no kidding.
And some cover bands and some original bands, and then I just kind of put the music into things with this Sanskrit chanting, and decided that I'd make it a little bit more commercial. So if you were to get a hold of a traditional kirtan CD, the songs would in fact be 20 minutes long each.
Really?
Which would never get played on the radio.
Right.
These days.
Right.
So I tried to shorten them up and make 3 and 4 and 5 minute versions of these songs.
Okay. How did you get started in the... Was it the chanting aspect of it that came first, and then eventually you decided to do something more commercial with it, as you say? Or
Yeah, I got into chanting about 10 years ago, and
Okay.
really get into it in 2003. And I went away for a week retreat where all we did was this Sanskrit chanting. And I got home, and it was still like in my head, just kind of reverberating and vibrating. And I decided that I would put that with folk or pop music. So I just took out a guitar and started to strum some stuff. And over the next couple of years, some songs evolved. And about a year and a half ago, I decided that I'd start to record some of that stuff.
Okay.
I got together with some people and started to do that.
And were you involved in yoga, and is that how you
Yeah.
got into the chanting?
Yeah.
So the yoga came first, and then you...
Yeah. I've been have an interest in yoga for about 30 years,
Okay.
but my interest in chanting has been about 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as the chanting, I mean, is that someone anyone can learn to do? Or do you approach it more from the idea that you have to, like with singing, you have to learn to sing? Is it more like that, or is it...
No, it's more laid back. It's
Really?
you'd go to a yoga studio on a Friday or Saturday night, and there would be a small group of people there, and someone who knew a little bit about chanting would chant something, preferably with a little bit of music,
Sure.
like a harmonium or something like that, or a drum, and then the group would chant back, and it would go back and forth and back and forth. So it has a melody to it, and it's singing.
Okay.
But yeah, no experience required at all.
Okay. And what you're chanting, I mean, are they long phrases, or...
Some of them are long and some of them are short. So, for instance, one of the songs on our CD here is "O Say Shalom." So basically, it's just "O Say Shalom, O Say Shalom, O Say Shalom," which is not Sanskrit; it's actually Hebrew.
Okay.
And then some of the other chants that I do, the last song "Tundaya" is probably about 10 or 15 words. The chant is a little bit longer.
Okay. And what are you chanting about? Where does that come from? You said something about it being devotional?
Yeah, a lot of the songs are just kind of trying to get in touch with, divinity or God or things like that.
Okay.
Universal consciousness, things like that.
Sure.
"O Say Shalom" is, God makes peace. God make peace.
Yeah.
Some things like that.
Okay. And what is it that inspired you to eventually decide that you wanted to do something with it musically and record, 4 to 5 minute songs and do something more accessible, I guess would be the word?
Just to get it out there. The only place you'd really hear this is at a yoga studio.
Okay.
On a Friday or Saturday night. And I did that circuit for a while where I was traveling around to yoga studios, and it'd be 5 or 10 people showing up, and we'd do our chanting, and I had my harmonium and my guitar and
No
things
kidding.
like that.
Yeah.
And I got a PA system, and
So you'd actually literally would go on tour of yoga studios.
yeah, in New Hampshire.
Yeah,
in,
that's cool.
In New Hampshire. So I got kind of tired of that, and
Right.
just said, this would really be something that I want to expand a little bit. So I started to bring other musicians in with me, musicians that weren't really, first of all, weren't really familiar with that style of music, but were certainly, folk and pop accomplished musicians, and try to shift the music a little bit, still keep the Sanskrit chanting, but put it in a folk pop kind of vein, and started to work with that. And then we started to play out places other than yoga studios.
In the course of beginning to do that, was it challenging at all to get people on board with the idea of what you were doing, or was it relatively easy? Because obviously it's something very unique.
Traditionally, it is difficult to get people to get on board with it. Like I said, the attendance at the events at yoga studios were 5 or 10 people.
Right.
So I mean, sure. Going back 20 or 30 years playing in a cover band, sometimes there were only 5 or 10 people in the thing, but
sure.
Most of the time more people would show up. So I thought that if I just kind of trimmed it down a little bit and kind of mixed it with folk and pop music, that would be more accessible to people. Mm-hmm. And thus the songs are 5 minutes long instead of 25 minutes long.
Right.
So that was my intention there.
Now, how long is the project as it is now? How long has it existed as DJ Chant and the Down Dogs?
I would say probably about a year and a half.
Okay, so it's relatively new.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I was playing by myself for the first couple of years, and then I was joined by a drummer and a bass player and another guitar player, and that formed the Down Dogs.
Okay.
So we played together at yoga studios, and then we started to branch out and start to do other things. And then I met a wonderful singer from Florida, Julie Comer. I met her at a retreat in Pennsylvania, and we got together. I had my guitar. We sang a couple songs together. She really liked my material, so we kept in touch.
Is she the other half of DJ Chant?
Yeah, she's the J.
Gotcha.
Julie, I'm the D.
Oh, okay.
So we came up with that, and David, Julie, and chanting is kind of what we do. So that formed the DJ Chant part of it, and some of the Down Dogs are still in the picture. And over the course of the last year and a half, I decided to record some of these songs. So I got together with a producer, Quentin Goebel from Concord, New Hampshire, and we started to hash out the songs and started to add in things like mandolin and acoustic guitar and a piano. And then some other folks I know through yoga were like, oh, that sounds really interesting. My daughter plays violin and my son plays cello. And so we brought these people in to play on a couple of the tracks, too. And,
very cool.
And then we did a couple of really nice shows last year in the Concord area.
Well, I want to, in a minute, I want to talk to you more about the live show and what goes into that. But why don't we play another track from the disc? What do you want to play?
Let's play Om Mani Padme Hum.
Okay. We'll play that. I'm not going to try to repeat it.
We'll translate it during the commercial break.
All right, sounds good. This is What He Said from DJ Chant and the Down Dogs here on Local Outbreak on The Planet 100.1.
100.1 The Planet's local outbreak with IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com. Sitting here with David Breen, one half of DJ Chant and the Down Dogs. And I want to talk about the live show. You talked about touring the yoga studios, but you said you've also played some more traditional venues recently?
Not necessarily traditional venues, but...
or not yoga studios.
Not yoga studios, yeah. So we decided that we would put together the songs for the CD here, and then once the CD was done, we'd go out and try to support that. Mm-hmm. So we got a group of musicians together in the Concord area and began some rehearsals and decided that we would promote ourselves. So we would rent space somewhere and then have a concert there.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about literally acting as the promoter of the event and taking that on.
Yeah, which worked out really well. We have a small PA system and got everybody hooked up for that. And we rented, I think the first place we did was, we rented the chapel at the UU Church in Concord back last spring. And
Unitarian
Unitarian, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They have a nice chapel. It holds about 40 people. Really nice setup. The walls have candles in the walls, and it's really, really nice. So we did a show there and sold the 40 tickets really easily.
Great.
Yeah. Right through our website, sharingyoga.com.
Okay.
And that was such a big success that we had a little pot of money, and I said to the band, "What do you want to do with this? Do you want to divvy it up 7 ways, or should we see what's behind door number 2?" And they said, "Go ahead, let's do another show." So we got a bigger venue, and we rented Kimball Jenkins' estate. Mm-hmm. And I think we had about 90 people there.
Great. Wow.
Yeah. And did a nice show there. We had an opening band. For the life of me, I can't remember their name, but it's the cello player in our band.
Oh, okay.
Him and his brother and his sister put together a set of music and opened up for us.
Very cool. Well, it's already growing, so that's great.
Yeah. And speaking of growing, I just, the other half of DJ Chant, Julie, she lives in Naples, Florida, and I've been down there twice during the past year. I'll call her and say, I'm coming down for a long weekend, and she'll book some shows down there.
Oh, very cool.
So I just got back, actually, at 10 o'clock last night from Naples, and we did a couple of shows in yoga studios down there.
Yeah.
So we're kind of back to doing that a little bit again.
How is that? Is it different in any way doing a show in a yoga studio in Florida as opposed to here? Is the vibe different at all?
It's similar. The yoga studios that we play in down there are larger.
Okay.
Yeah, much bigger places, and they do the same thing. Friday and Saturday night they have kirtan there. We come in, it's a little bit different. It's not so much of call and response.
Okay.
The songs aren't 20 minutes long. We just kind of give our presentation of our style of it. Sometimes I joke that we're the world's only alt kirtan band.
How do people react to that when it's the type of thing where you're, instead of playing one of these shows that you've done recently where you go back and say you go to Florida to do this at a yoga studio where people are used to the long 20-minute songs? How do people react in that setting? Are they surprised, or are they just...
I think they're surprised, but they seem to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Julie has a really nice voice, and our presentation of the material is something that they've never seen before. Or never heard before, but they still enjoy it.
Yeah,
they had a good time.
When you go and do a show with her in that setting, is it just the two of you, or does she bring in anyone else from down there?
Yeah, it's usually just the two of us.
Okay.
The rest of the musicians we work with are right in Concord, New Hampshire area.
Sure.
With the exception of one of the other female singers who lives in New York City, but she's actually from this area anyway.
So does Julie come up here when you do?
She does, yeah.
More traditional venues up here?
Any kind of venues up here.
Okay.
We give her a call. If we give her a month or two notice, she'll fly up for a long weekend and
That's great.
Stay at our house and sing with us. And yeah,
that's really cool. Yeah. And that shows a lot of commitment on the side of both of you. That you're willing to do that. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
When you perform live with the whole band, how many people are in the band?
Anywhere up to 7 people.
Okay.
So I think the largest gig we did was last April, and we had myself on guitar and harmonium, and Julie singing, and we had a keyboard player, a tabla player, not a tabla player, but a mridanga player. It's a traditional Indian hand drum.
Okay.
And then we had a drummer with a full set of drums, and a cello player and a violin player.
Okay.
So all that stuff. All under one roof.
But with a project like this, obviously you have some flexibility. If someone can't be there, or if someone wants to be there who's not normally there, you can do that.
Yeah, I book a gig and then I send an email out and they get back to me and say that I can do it or I can't do it.
So there's an improvisational piece to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? It might be 4 people or it might be 7 people. or just 2.
Sure. Are you trying to, at the live shows, are you trying to play what's on the disc or some variation of those songs, or is it just is it totally just an improvisational thing?
Lately, we've been trying to play what's on the disc.
Okay.
Not 100%, it, because if the mandolin player doesn't show up, then we have to add something else in. But yeah, we try to play what's on the disc. There might be room for improvising a little bit depending on the setup. I think the next set of shows that we're going to do in New Hampshire, I'm working with the producer of the CD, Quentin Goebel, who plays guitar, piano, and mandolin, and another musician who's not on the CD from Hillsborough, Jeff Hawkinson, who plays guitar, mandolin, and banjo. So
okay.
It'll be that'll be the basis of the group.
Okay, so you're already planning the next the next disc. Yeah, that's great. I forget if we talked about it. Where did you record this again? At what studio?
We didn't record it at a studio, actually.
Oh.
I had one of those digital recorders for a number of years and never really had a lot of luck with that. So about a year and a half ago, I bought a MacBook Pro laptop, and my friend says you got to get Logic Pro or one of these programs, and it came with GarageBand.
Yeah.
So I just started to fiddle around with it.
A lot with that.
Well, the CD was recorded with GarageBand.
That's great.
On a laptop in my living room and in Quentin's living room, and just kind of did that. And actually, the nice thing about that is I can take the laptop to Florida and go to Julie's house for a weekend, and she can lay down vocal tracks, and then I bring it back and continue on with the recording.
It's amazing, isn't it? What you can do now.
It really is. And then
technology.
When I thought I was finished with it, I have a friend in Boise, Idaho, who's been in the music business for 20, 25 years. I sent him the material, and I said, would you be willing to take a listen to it and mix it, master it, whatever the next step is? And he said, sure. And it came back, and it sounded really good.
That's great.
With GarageBand, recording on GarageBand.
Absolutely. Very cool. Well, let's play another track from the disc. And what's the name of the disc again? Does it have, or is it self-titled?
Radio Kirtan.
Radio Kirtan, okay.
Yeah, which kind of explains our intention with the CD that the songs aren't 20 minutes long, otherwise they wouldn't be played on the radio.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But we made them 4 or 5 minutes long for you guys, so we can get them on the radio here.
Perfect. Do we need to edit these? Is there swearing? I'm just kidding.
Absolutely not. Let's play Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya?
You got it.
I did it. All right, this is Namah Shivaya from DJ Chant and the Down Dogs here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
Shivaya, Om Namah 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 Shivaya. Shivaya, Om Namah 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 Shivaya, Shivaya. Om Namah 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 Shivaya. To you, nature, I surrender.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt sitting here with David Breen. He is one half of DJ Chant and the Down Dogs. And you're also a yoga instructor, correct?
Yes.
Well, let's take a moment to tell everyone about your studio in Concord.
Yeah, right in downtown Concord, the
Okay.
corner of Main Street and Pleasant Street. We're right above Pitchfork Records, actually, where you can pick up our latest CD.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
DJ Chant and the Down Dogs Radio Kirtan.
Okay.
So right upstairs, we've got 3 rooms, and we've been there about 4 years. We have a yoga center, yoga school.
Okay.
Where we have 23 yoga classes a week. We have about
Really?
15 instructors teaching there.
That's a busy place.
It's
That's
a busy
great.
place, and we also have a yoga teachers training program where we teach other yogis how to become yoga teachers.
Sure.
A certification program for that.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
And sharingyoga.com. That's the website for
Sharingyoga.com,
that?
yeah.
Okay, great. So you're right in Concord. Phenomenal. And as far as your CD, that's available at Pitchfork.
Yep.
Anywhere else, or just-
Sharingyoga.com. You can go right on there and
Get it
click
right on
on
the
it,
site.
and we'll throw it in a little corrugated cardboard box and ship it off to you.
Great, great. Do you have it anywhere else, like CD Baby or anything? Or I know it's a fairly new project.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know too much about that, but
Yeah. Well, it's
not on iTunes or anything yet.
yeah. No, it sounds like you're doing great with it, though. Especially, we were talking about the shows earlier. You had one with 40 people, then you had 90. That's, it sounds like it's really growing, and it's really cool that you're doing something unique to the area that, I think it's probably just going to keep growing for you.
Yeah.
Given the uniqueness of it and the quality of it.
Yeah, we promoted it. We don't promote it as traditional kirtan, and I think that's maybe helped us. Because when you say kirtan, people look at you like, what the heck is that? I don't know what that is, Or if I promoted it as Sanskrit devotional chanting or something, you might get a handful of people that might be interested in it. But we do a show and make our posters up and kind of put some information out there about how it's mantra, Sanskrit mantra with melody and pop and folk music mixed in with it and stuff. And it's our own original compositions. So
Sure. Yeah. How long are your shows, by the way? How long do you play for when you do one?
hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Andy had mentioned something to me interesting too. You do play sitting on the floor, is that correct? When you perform live?
Sometimes, yeah. A lot of the times I do.
Yeah.
One of the instruments I play is a harmonium, which is people think it's an Indian instrument, but it's actually a British instrument that was brought to India back when the British took over India. And it's a portable pump organ. So it's made of some specific kind of wood, whatever kind you buy. And one hand pumps a bellows, and that pumps air through some reeds. And then you play, it's got like a piano keyboard that you play with the other hand.
Okay.
So it's limiting because you can only use one hand to play it and the other hand to pump the air through.
Sure. Is it difficult to learn?
I've never been properly trained in it, so
Right.
I play it by ear. I'm a bass player by training, and then
I
kind
can
of
relate. Yeah.
just picked up guitar and picked up some some chords on the harmonium. So
Yeah.
Well, it's working for you, so that's great.
Yeah. So I do play that sitting, and then occasionally I'll either sit and play acoustic guitar or sit in a chair.
Okay. And do you have any shows coming up that you want to mention, or are you in the process of booking?
We're in the
some
process
things?
of booking stuff, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't have any right now, but if you check sharingyoga.com, we advertise the shows on there, and we sell the tickets right through the website there.
Oh, phenomenal. Outstanding. Well, David, it's very cool to have you here this week. I'm glad you came in.
Thanks for having me, man.
And it's like I said, it's great to have something so unique and different on the show. So absolutely. And I do want to remind everyone, stick around. After Local Outbreak is Out of the Box with Amber Cool. And also, if you need a DJ for your event, go to centralNHevents.com. I don't know why I have so much trouble with that. Where you can hire Mr. Tim Martin to come and do your party. And by do, I mean DJ. I think that's all he does. You don't make balloon animals or anything, right?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Something to think about. And David, what do you want to play to wrap up the show?
Let's go out with Gurave.
Gurave?
You Gurave. You got it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Anything's easier than that one that was like 8 syllables.
This is a long chant, but the title of it is Gurave. Otherwise, it would if I did the whole chant, it would take me probably 30 seconds to say it.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So this is Gurave from DJ Chant and the Down Dogs here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Nishprabhanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Namah Shivaya Gurave 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 Satchidananda Murtaye Nishprabhanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Om Namah Shivaya Gurave
100.1 The Planet's Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com.
The Planet's Local Outbreak is recorded weekly at the studios of 100.1 The Planet. It's engineered by Tim Martin of CentralNHEvents.com. Matt Connerton of IPMNation.com is the host of The Planet's Local Outbreak. The show is produced and edited by Annie Biello of 100.1 The Planet. For artist links and details about The Planet's Local Outbreak, log on to The Planet's Entertain Me page, WPNHFM.com. The Planet's Local Outbreak is available for download anytime online, IPMNation.com/local outbreak. The Planet's Local Outbreak is a product of 100.1 The Planet and Northeast Communications.